Hello, welcome back to the channel. Today we're on ScreenRant.com talking about this article from yesterday. Happy Memorial Weekend. Hope you had a great one. It is Tuesday, which feels like a Monday, but we had the Monday night show last night. Go on over and check out the replay of episode 102, Going in Raw, featuring the Rookie Critic, Flipped Out, Salvador, Tony Tone Deaf, and myself, going through a myriad of topics from Marvel to DC, the Snyder Cut, to the Hoth retcons. Speaking of Hoth retcons and Star Wars, today, ScreenRant.com, we're covering this article, as I said, from yesterday, why Disney hasn't made the Star Wars sequel. That's right. Hashtag make Solo 2 happen. Is that trending? If it is, it shouldn't be, because nobody wants a sequel. Nobody wanted that movie in the first place. If they wanted that movie, it was with the actual Han Solo, Harrison Ford, not Alden Peckerwood.
Couldn't have done this maybe like one at a time?
Solo, a Star Wars story released in 2018, and despite fans asking Disney to make Solo 2 happen, there's still no sign of a sequel. Here's why.
Are you fucking high?
Well, I can tell you in a shortened version. 63% on Rotten Tomatoes.
What a story, Mark.
Average rating, 3.4. And this is funny because Scotty Mendelson was the one that said, after Solo bombed, well, maybe it's just time for white males to not lead films anymore.
Shut the fuck up. Shut the fuck up.
Over here at Box Office Mojo for Solo, a Star Wars story, we see it made $213 domestic, $179 worldwide, $392 total against a $275 million budget, which probably includes at least another $50 to $60 million for marketing, which means it made like nothing, basically. Nothing. Not even enough to barely keep the lights on and pay the bills. If we look over here at Alden Peckerwood's IMDb, we can see that he has literally done
nothing.
One project, which is in post-production. It's a show, 9 episodes.
I think I can sum up the show for you with one word. Nothing.
Nothing else. Because this guy isn't a good actor. He's not compelling. Nobody wanted soy in their Solo. And that's what we got. We got this effeminate, weak, ineffectual little beta male to play Han Solo, who is a macho man's man. That's what we wanted. We got the Disney version of what a man is today, which is just weak. It's a weak definition of masculinity.
Yes, it's true. This man has no dick.
Let's check this article out. I'll give you my thoughts. Of course, you can leave yours in the comments below. Although Star Wars fans would like Disney to make Solo 2 happen, there's still no sign of Solo 2, and it's unlikely the Mouse House and Lucasfilm would commit to a sequel of 2018 Solo anytime soon.
He was a retard.
Released on May 25th, 2018, which was just a few months after The Last Jedi. Came out, which is why nobody wanted this movie then, just like nobody wants a sequel now, because you got 2 trash films within 6 months of each other. Solo, a Star Wars story, was the second anthology film of the Disney era, following on from Rogue One, although Solo had been the first spin-off planned, with it in development even before George Lucas sold his company, although audiences know where Han Solo and Chewbacca end up after the standalone film.
Oscar. Yes, I bet you have.
The tease of Darth Maul at the end of Solo, a Star Wars story, with it revealed that Qi'ra was working for him, seemed like particularly a pertinent angle for a follow-up. No, because, number one, Emilia Clarke Qi'ra is boring. She is boring. And Darth Maul did not belong in this movie. While there's still enough time in between the movie and Star Wars A New Hope to show more of Han's adventures as a rogue and a smuggler, you mean to watch Han get constantly belittled and made to look like a fool by his female counterpart in this movie? Yeah. And the likes of Jabba the Hutt and Bossk have been mooted too. Alden Peckerwood signed up for 3 movies as Han, which that's obligation he will never have to fulfill, thank God. With Emilia Clarke reported to have signed a multiple-deal Star Wars movie. It's clearly something that Disney and Lucasfilm were at least thinking about at the time, but Solo's release and the reception to it meant any plans for Solo 2 were very much put on the back burner, as they should have been, because, okay, this movie had a vampire worm that lived in a glass house, and all he had to do was throw a stone through the glass, and that was enough to take her out. Come on. Star Wars fans, led by Star Wars News Net's The Resistance broadcast, first made the hashtag Solo2 happen trend on May 23rd, 2019, just before the 1-year anniversary of the film's release. With the hashtag then in wide use again on May 25th, 2020, nobody cared. The idea is largely to celebrate Solo and to show that the movie does have a vocal fan base. Liar! Despite the disappointing response to it upon release. However, despite the tag being a call for Solo 2 to happen, Disney probably isn't going to listen, at least not in the foreseeable future. Solo was the first Star Wars movie to fail at the box office, grossing just $392 million, despite having a budget in excess of $250 million. I love how they say in excess of $250 million, where they should have just said in excess of $275 million, as I showed you earlier. That's a major flop, even if the film deserved better, and because of that, it doesn't make much financial sense for Disney to pursue a sequel. The whole sequel trilogy that Disney has released has a steady decline in revenue. The return on investments have gotten slimmer and slimmer. There's Alden Peckerwood.
He was a retard.
Of course, the context to Solo's failure is important, especially since its budget ballooned because Ron Howard
We Ginkers are proud people. We are the noble descendants of great Americans like Ron Howard.
replaced Chris Miller and Phil Lord as director, reshooting the majority of the film. Solo was at least partially salvaged.
It's a bold strategy, Cotton. Let's see if it pays off for him.
But the reviews were only lukewarm, and the marketing campaign had been a letdown as well.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
With Solo then such a high-profile box office bomb, it not only meant that any plans for a hypothetical Solo 2, which was never officially in the works, weren't going to happen, but Lucasfilm and Disney started to shift away from the anthology model. While Solo had seemingly gained more fans since, there are no future Star Wars movies planned until December of 2022, with the more immediate focus on Disney Plus TV shows. Oh yeah, those great shows by Leslie Headland.
I think white women need to kind of step up their game, to be quite honest. Like, sorry, but I'm calling you bitches out. Like,
the campaign has reached the likes of Ron Howard and John Kasdan, who co-wrote the film alongside his father Lawrence. Jonathan Kasdan knows shit about Star Wars. He's an idiot. But Kasdan himself commented in March 2020 that Solo 2 wasn't in the works, either as a film or a Disney Plus series. Although some fan campaigns have had success, with HBO Max releasing the Zack Snyder cut of Justice League in 2021, it feels less likely to work here, given it would mean producing an entirely new film or show that, based on Solo's failure, would be a considerable risk. It's not impossible that Disney eventually greenlights further adventures following Han, Lando, or Kira, but it won't make Solo 2 happen for a while yet. And nobody wants it. I'm sorry. It doesn't make any sense to make this movie. You want to talk about a vocal minority? They're not even vocal, but they are the minority, because this movie was universally just maligned. It wasn't good. Alden Ehrenreich cannot play Han Solo. They should not have replaced Lord and Miller with Ron Howard, but Kathleen Kennedy wanted Ron Howard because he's nothing but a yes man.
And what has he had? I want you to tell him what he has had.
And she's an insane feminist, so that's what worked for them. But what do you guys think? Are you buying this trash or selling it? I'm selling it. I don't want it. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants to see Han Solo 2. The only way we wanted to see a Solo movie was with the Han Solo, but that should have happened back in the 80s to 90s, and we are well past that. Harrison Ford pretty much done with the franchise as a whole. All his performances, everything he said in the media are evidence of that. What do you guys think? Let me know in the comments below. Let's take this thing home, shall we? Here's where you can find us all across social media at TB2BR on Instagram, the Place to Be Reviews page on Facebook, the official Place to Be Reviews fan page, that's our private group, at the Place to Be RE1, at N80 Pete on Twitter, past podcast available on Anchor, iTunes, and Spotify, and now the Place to Be Reviews on Discord. You can also email us if you're old-fashioned, okay boomer, at theplacetobereviews@mail.com, the world's best mail. Thank you very much. Also, on the way out, don't forget to bitch slap that like button. Do me that big solid, would ya? Yeah, I think you can do that. Also, hail the Fandom Menace. Hail to thee, my subscribers. If you haven't subscribed yet, please consider doing so. Help us grow the channel. Hail the Fandom Collective, a group which we are proud members of now. We'll be working with them on a lot of collaborations in the near future. And I'd like to personally thank you all for joining the Place to Be Reviews. That's right, I'm Etepakuian of the Place to Be Reviews right here with all yous. Remember, if I don't see you, have a great day and a pleasant tomorrow.